Hello and welcome everyone to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. I am so excited to have you participating in this event. My name is Jeannie and I'm going to be your facilitator, and we have a great group of schools that are here to tell you all about their campuses, schools, and programs. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping announcements from me. You may notice that your camera and your microphone are off for these events, so unfortunately our panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you do have a Q&A button on your screen. Please feel free to use that at any time during today's event and ask questions of our panelists here. You don't have to wait until a certain institution is presenting. If you have a question for any and all of our presenters here, you can send them at any time during today's event. As you might know, this is one of many different sessions happening, so make sure you take a look at that schedule and jump into some other sessions happening after this as well as next week. And then also this presentation is being recorded along with all of the others, and you can find the full list of recordings available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. And now I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter. Kicking us off today, we have Lawrence Technological University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Well, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys can see my presentation here starting up. My name is Spencer Mattinson. I'm the admissions advisor for Pennsylvania here at Lawrence Technological University, or as we like to call it, Lawrence Tech, a little bit easier. We are located in Southfield, Michigan. Right here is our campus. So you can kind of see our student center on the left, and then our engineering and arts and sciences building straight ahead. We're right in downtown Southfield. For those of you who don't know, that is about 25 minutes north of Detroit. We're in a nice area where we have a lot of opportunities for internships, co-ops, and job opportunities once you graduate. But a little bit about us. We are in that little spot in the mitten right down there. Over 100 different academic programs. We are represented in multiple different states, and we specialize in this idea of theory and practice, which is the idea that you're going to get inside the classroom learning, which is going to be a theory aspect and be partnered with practice, whether that be in the labs, the art studios, the design studios, or in a co-op or an internship. About 75% of our students will have an internship while they're at Lawrence Tech, and then typically, most of our students are going to do that their junior or senior year. 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, about 3,000 students on our campus and about 17 students per class. We are a small private school, and we really try to emphasize those small hands-on classes. These are all of our programs that we offer. We have 4 different colleges in the Lawrence Technological University, College of Architecture and Design. If you see a double asterisk on the screen, that is just one of our programs where we can do a bachelor's and a master's degree. And we have just added one this year that's not on this slide here. We have a bachelor's master's degree program for IT, so information technology in our College of Business IT. Probably most known for mechanical engineering, architecture, architectural engineering, nursing, computer science, and IT. Those are our really big programs right now. And the reason why is because of that idea of that theory and practice, where you're going to be in the labs, getting that hands-on experience. So kind of going right all around like a clock. Top there is going to be our drafting classes for our transportation design and our graphic design classes. Nursing lab in the top right. Bottom right is going to be our structural testing center. That's state-of-the-art lab where we actually test load-bearing materials for bridge and road construction. Left corner there is going to be our SA garage, and then the top is one of our chemistry labs. We have a state-of-the-art nursing lab. That's what I mentioned on the top right. Simulation robot, that can go through all different medical emergencies. It can die and be resuscitated, but it's nice that our nursing students can have that kind of interaction with someone that's not a human and go through the trial and errors of learning how to be a nurse in those facilities. And all these labs you'll be going into freshman year. We don't try to make sure that we hide them away from you. We want to make sure that you're going into them young and checking out your major, making sure that's what you want to do. We also give you a free laptop loaded up with all the programs you're going to need for your major. That's that LTU zone on the bottom left. So anything like CAD design, SolidWorks, Photoshop, anything like that, you'll be given to you for free based on your major. We also have sports you can be a part of. We just added esports and cheerleading. If you want to do any sort of sport, you just go to l2athletics.com, fill out a recruitment form. There are scholarships available. We have residence halls on our campus. We just designed a brand new one in 2018. Larger rooms, there's indoor bike storage. There's another rec area to work out in that's up from our rec center. Free Wi-Fi, free parking, free laundry, free utilities, all that stuff's taken care of because we don't want you to stress and worry about that. That's all covered with the cost of attendance. And then over 60 organizations on our campus. That doesn't include all of our sports and intramural and club sports or fraternities and sororities. We also offer things that are like service-based, religious-based, specifically for your major. And then we also have some that are kind of more fun, like D&D, video game clubs, Oreo eating, a bunch of random stuff like that. Finally, this is our slide that tells you about how to apply and how to get scholarships. You're going to be reviewed for a scholarship right when you apply, merit-based. So we're going to be looking, and those dates should be the 2022 dates on the right there. I apologize. But average scholarship for that's $12,000. You're going to get a scholarship just for being an out-of-state student. It'll be $5,000 because on top of that merit scholarship. And then our average financial aid package is right there. Cost is based upon your college you're going into. But we like to stress that our return on investment and the numbers post-graduation for your statistics of getting a job are extremely high. 92% of our grads have jobs in their field at time of graduation. Average starting salary is $59,000 a year. And we have career services on campus that are trying to help you find a job, either an internship, a co-op, or an actual job once you graduate, and you can work with them at any time. Last but not least, there's the picture they chose me for this slide. I don't know why, but there it is. You can email, call, text. If you're looking to apply, you go to ltu.edu/apply, and you can fill out an application. We do take the Common App, but you cannot use our fee waiver code. Unfortunately, it only works on our website. So I will message out my email, contact info again, and I'll give you the fee waiver code in the bottom. We are doing virtual visits and in-person visits, and we do have them multiple times a day. We also have them over the weekend too. So whatever you feel like best fits you, check us out. But other than that, that's it. I know I'm a little short of that 6 minutes because I want to make sure everybody else has a chance to talk. So thank you so much. I'm gonna stop my screen share here and pass it along.
Perfect. Fantastic job. Thank you so much for kicking us off. We are going to keep moving right along, and we are going to hear next from Arcadia University. Whenever you are ready, take it away.
I couldn't find my mute button for a second. Hi, everybody. My name is Kevin McGann. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at Arcadia University. Arcadia is a small private institution just outside of Philadelphia. We're located in Glenside, PA. So we're just about 12 miles from Center City, Philadelphia. We have about 2,100 undergraduate students on campus, in addition to roughly 1,500 graduate students. It's really something that we focus on. We are small because we want to be small. Our faculty would like to have those personal relationships with our students, really getting to know them as they move through their 4 years at the university. We currently have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average first year class size is just 14. So it's really easy to have access to your faculty, even as a first year student on campus. Even though we are really small in terms of number, we have over 65 fields of study for students to choose from, including pathways into the number of our graduate programs, including our Doctorate of Physical Therapy, which is currently ranked 24th in the nation. Some of our most popular majors are biology, business, our School of Global Business programs, which encompasses 5 different majors, psychology, and our art and design programs that are a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Outside of the classroom, our students are extremely active. We have this year 26 NCAA athletic programs, with the addition of men's and women's ice hockey that will be having their first seasons of competition starting actually in just about a week or so. In the last few years, we've also added indoor and outdoor track and field, as well as an esports program. If athletics isn't your thing, we have over 60 different clubs and organizations students can choose from. Student life is very much driven by the students on campus at any given point. So it's really easy to make an impact getting involved during your time at the university, starting new clubs, and being involved throughout your 4 years with us. We do guarantee housing for all of our full-time undergraduates for all 4 years that you're with us at Arcadia. And starting next year, all first year and second year students will be required to live on campus for their first 2 years with us at the university. One of the things we are most well known for at Arcadia is our study abroad programs. Coming out of a global pandemic where we haven't been able to travel, seems a little bit off to talk about study abroad, but we've actually been able to continue to have students participate in global education throughout most of the pandemic through virtual programs and getting students actually abroad starting again last spring. We've been nationally ranked in study abroad participation for the past 10 years. Of those 10 years, we've been ranked first in the nation for participation, 9 of them. Our class of 2020 was able to earn credits in 39 different countries during their time with us, and 76% of our passports in the class of 2020 use, or 76% of graduates use their passports before graduation in the class of 2020. We even offer some really unique study abroad programs for our first year students. One is a full semester long program called the First Year Study Abroad Experience, where you can study in London, England for this entire spring semester. And that's an Arcadia based program. So it's really an extension of your first year experience. You just happen to be 3,000 or so miles away. And then our spring preview program, where students take a class on campus and then have a study abroad experience during the spring break in the spring semester. We also have a variety of co-curricular programs that are offered to our students, and these are very easy to add on to your majors and minors. Most of them only might require a class or two. Some of them have a few more than that, like our honors program. But it gives our students a way to add on to their academic experience. So I already mentioned our first year study abroad experience, which we've been running since 2004. So quite a long tradition and history with that program. And our honors program has been around even longer. The honors program at Arcadia is designed as a leadership development program. So students have additional advising and working with their academic advisors in their major, our honors program director, as well as peer mentors and alumni mentors. Our college to career scholars, which just launched for the first time last fall, to help students who are already thinking about career goals jump right into things during their first 2 years on campus. And that guarantees you an internship in the summer after your sophomore year. Some of the other programs are really just ways to get involved a bit outside of the classroom and be grouped up with, and have kind of a community of like-minded thinkers. So things like our Civic Scholars Program and Global Scholars. And then we also have our Gateway to Success program, which gives students some additional support to make sure that they'll be successful with us at the university. And then some of our other new programs include the Social Action and Justice Education Fellowship for students who are interested in moving into the education world and as teachers in low-income or Title I schools. And then our Global Scholars Program, which just had its first cohort of students join us this year. And that includes a pre-orientation experience, as well as additional advising and opportunities through your 4 years. For admissions at Arcadia, we work on a rolling admissions program. So we are constantly reviewing students for admission and acceptance into the university. We're members of both the Common App and the Coalition App. And you can see everything that is required to apply to Arcadia listed here. We are a test optional school. So thank you all for joining us. And if there are any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Arcadia University. All right, I just want to remind everyone that that Q&A function is live throughout the entire event, so make sure you get your questions in, but we're going to keep going now and we're going to hear from Dickinson College whenever you're ready.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Very excited to have you with us this evening. My name is Jesse McDonald. I am an Associate Director of Admissions at Dickinson College. Dickinson is a small private liberal arts college of about 2,300 students, and we're located in South Central Pennsylvania, right in the heart of a small town called Carlisle, which is about 30,000 residents. And as you can see, though, from the map, our proximity to major East Coast cities is really a great asset for us because it maintains that small community feel while still having great access to major East Coast cities, as we're within about 2 hours of Baltimore, DC, and Philly, and then about 3.5 hours from New York City. So really providing greater accessibility for our students when that is needed. One of the great benefits we have here at Dickinson is our relationship with Carlisle. And what really makes it unique and very strong is that Dickinson was chartered in 1783, which was only 30 years after the founding of Carlisle. So this really means that we've been working and growing together as partners for the last 230 plus years. This image shows one of our academic quads. But what I particularly want to point out is the way that the college is integrated into the town of Carlisle. And that can somewhat be seen as this is panning around. where one of the main roads that cuts through Carlisle actually splits our campus in half. And this really ensures that our students remain connected and engaged with the Carlisle community and help fulfill one of our founders' visions, which was to have a civically engaged and educated students. Since our founding, Dickinson has grown to become a nationally recognized liberal arts college and really dedicated to its revolutionary roots. The college maintains the mission of our founder, Benjamin Rush, to provide a useful education in the liberal arts and sciences. Dickinson offers 46 majors plus minors, certificate programs, and as well independent research and internship opportunities. And so innovative programs range from neuroscience to security studies, and Dickinson's really decidedly global curriculum includes 13 languages and a variety of globally oriented courses as well. Dickinson is one of only a few colleges in the country to offer international business and management, which prepares students to become global leaders in an ever-changing economy. And one of our newest majors in quantitative economics offers a specialized STEM field that applies mathematical concepts and models and theories to economic issues that we're currently facing. Dickinson emphasizes small classes with extensive opportunities for research, fieldwork, and internships in each of our 46 majors, and with an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of about 14 students. Our students really work collaboratively, not only with their peers, but with their faculty members as well, who are experts in the fields that they're teaching. A key feature to Dickinson is that we offer one of the world's most respected study abroad programs, with 63% of our students studying abroad in more than 50 programs in 25 countries and in 6 continents. The college is also a recognized leader in and among educational institutions committed to environmental sustainability. And we were one of the first 10 colleges in the entire country to achieve carbon neutrality only just a year ago. But beyond the classroom, students participate in 25 varsity sports teams within the NCAA Division III Centennial Conference, and more than 120 student-run clubs are available as well, including music and drama, publications, fraternities and sororities, as well as religious, political, and special interest and community service organizations. Dickinson is dedicated to creating a strong, diverse, motivated, and dynamic student body. And in that way, we really do assess students through a holistic approach. And to do that, we really are looking at all aspects of a student's application and finding the strengths that will really positively impact our community. And so to get that application rolling, I certainly encourage you to consider submitting a pre-application through this provided QR code or the address that's labeled there. And while this is only just a snapshot of Dickinson, I would certainly encourage you to go on our website and to explore more and to connect with your regional counselor with additional questions you might have. I will also provide some links as well into the chat feature so that you can access those links really quickly, and as well can find your regional counselor to reach out to ask those questions as well. So at this point, I will go ahead and turn my time over to St. Vincent College. And if you have any questions, please be in touch in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dickinson College. Another great presentation from an awesome institution. And as they mentioned, we're headed now to St. Vincent College. Take it away.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you so much. It's great to be with you here this evening. And I am Christina Andre. I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admission here at St. Vincent College. And we are located in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour's drive east of Pittsburgh, PA. And we are a smaller school. We have about 1,600 undergraduate students and a couple hundred 1,600 undergraduate students and a couple hundred graduate students. So we are pretty small. We are a Catholic Benedictine liberal arts and sciences college. Though we are a Catholic college, we are very welcoming to students coming from any religious background. We have quite a few majors from which to choose here at St. Vincent, and some of the popular ones would include our sciences, particularly biology. That is actually our most popular major. Pre-med is very strong here at St. Vincent. We have an 82% acceptance rate into medical school over the last 5 years. So our students do very well who go on into those types of fields. We are also very strong in the business and management areas, computer science and cybersecurity, criminology, law, and society, all of our education programs, and psychology. We have many other programs as well, but those are some of the ones that we're very well known for and that are particularly strong here at St. Vincent. We do have 120 full-time faculty. 16% of those are Benedictine monks. And I think our students, whether Catholic or not, really appreciate the unique wisdom that they're gaining from the Benedictines. That's not something that you'll have at every school. We have about 150 monks total, and many of them serve in other positions as well, staff and administrative positions as well. We do have an 11-to-1 student faculty ratio. So our students are getting a lot of attention here, small classes, very personalized, very individualized. Our faculty are amazing people. I'm often reading in our internal portal and website awards they're getting, and research and publishing and all kinds of amazing things they're doing, but their number one priority is teaching and is to their students, and that really comes through. For the seniors, just shifting gears a little bit, for seniors, we encourage you to apply as soon as possible. We are not charging an application fee. We have done away with that, at least for the time being, and I don't see it coming back anytime soon. So it is free to apply. We do rolling admission. So typically once you get everything in, you usually hear back within 2 weeks or less. You can apply through our website. We also accept the common application. And for the high school seniors this year, our main academic scholarship, including a $3,000 resident grant for students living on campus, is ranging from $20,000 to $29,500 per year. So all of the freshmen are getting somewhere in that range. And for commuters, it's just $3,000 less. So still a significant amount. For the seniors, if you are a good test taker and a really good student, I encourage you to consider registering for our WIMR exam. That is coming up on Saturday, December 4th, and more details are available on our website. But there are 5 huge scholarships that will be awarded based on that exam. So you do have to meet some qualifications even to participate, but I encourage you to check that out. And we have a variety of other scholarships and grants as well, including need-based aid. And then shifting gears a little bit into athletics, we are the Bearcats here at St. Vincent. We are NCAA Division III, and we're part of the PAC, the President's Athletic Conference. We also have, in addition to all of our varsity sports, we have many intramurals and club sports, and we also have quite a few clubs and organizations here at St. Vincent, music, theater, political groups, very active campus ministry. The list could go on and on. So there's a lot to do outside of the classroom at St. Vincent as well. And then jumping back a little bit into the academics, I already mentioned the medical school acceptance rate, but over the last 5 years, we've also had a 100% acceptance rate into law school. And overall, we calculate our success rate 1 year following graduation, just to keep the data consistent, but the vast majority of our students are getting jobs right out the door or very quickly. But we have about a 90 to 92% knowledge rate of our graduates, and of those, 98% are either employed in their field or in graduate school or law school or medical school or professional school or something along those lines, doing what they set out to do. So 98% of them are successful within a year, and typically much less than that. So that's just a little bit of an overview of St. Vincent. But again, seniors, I encourage you to apply. And for juniors and seniors and even others, I encourage you to visit. We are doing in-person visits as well as virtual. And you can schedule through our website. We have a lot of great options. Just to highlight one, a week from Saturday on the 23rd, we have a major exploration day that goes into a lot of the academic programs. But again, check out our website. You can register on there to visit, and you can also apply on there. Thank you so much and have a great night.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate hearing from you at St. Vincent College. We are going to turn it over to Drew University now. Take it away. And one last plug for that Q&A function. Get your questions in for our presenters. All right.
Sorry about that. My screen is acting up a little bit, so sorry. My name is Megan Walsh. I'm the Assistant Dean of Enrollment at Drew University. I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight. Just wanted to give you a little overview about our campus. We are located in Madison, New Jersey. We're a suburb of New York City. Madison is a great town. It's really walkable. It also has a direct train line to New York. So students can be in their dorm room and into the city in an hour. It gives our students the opportunity to do a lot of immersive experiences, internships, job shadowing, and a lot of other things that I'll talk about throughout the presentation. This is a picture of one of our main academic walkways. We are about 1,700 undergraduate students. We have small class sizes. We can major in about 60 different things. Some of our most popular majors tend to be business, psychology, political science, and international relations. Anything STEM related or pre-medical careers. And we just added a major in cybersecurity that we're really excited about with a combined degree program at NYU. We have a couple of combined degree programs with different institutions, so I encourage you to look into those on our website. We have an engineering program with Columbia, as well as other programs as well. Our theater program is ranked in the top 20 by the Princeton Review every year, so even if you're not interested in being a theater major, coming to see one of our shows is a must-do on Drew's campus. They're really fun to be a part of. And about 25% of our students end up with a double major. So sometimes they make a whole lot of sense to me, like psychology and sociology, and sometimes they are vastly different, like biochemistry and theater, but it really just shows that our students have a diverse set of interests and are able to combine those interests into their academic programs. So as much as we're so proud of what happens inside the classroom, we are true believers that learning happens outside as well. So as a Drew student, you're guaranteed to have 2 immersive experiences that are hands-on, career ready by the time you graduate. This could be one of our New York City semesters where our students go into the city 2 days a week with their classmates. They take a class with a Drew professor in the morning, and then they shadow professionals in the afternoon. So this could be one of our Wall Street program where you're on the stock exchange floor. It could be our UN semester where you actually have low-level security clearance at the UN, communications and media, social entrepreneurship, our theater program, and we have a museum administration program as well, and contemporary art. I have been hearing rumors about marketing in the works as well. New York City semesters is just one way to do that immersive experience. We also have an opportunity for students to do research in a lab with a retired scientist. It's a program called RISE. And we have a group of retired scientists who have lab space on our campus. The understanding is then our students will be their lab assistants, and you can start doing research as early as your first year, your first semester of your first year. We really believe that mentors, the power of mentors and mentorships, we make sure that you graduate with a network of people who are there to help you with the next stages of your life. And we also want to make sure that you're prepared. We want to make sure you find the job that you want. We want to make sure that you love what you do, because as someone who spends a lot of time at work, you have to love what you do. And we want to make sure that you find what you're passionate about and really have the transferable skills on your resume that are going to help you succeed in that job and be hired. On campus, we are a really close-knit small community. We have over 90 clubs, and there's ways to build community all over campus, whether it's in the dorm, whether it's on one of our 22 varsity sports teams, or through our cultural clubs or academic clubs. About 90% of our students live on campus, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. So there is always something going on Drew's campus. Like I said, we have about 90 clubs. We have sports events all going on throughout campus at all times. We just added men's volleyball and women's volleyball to our roster, and it's been really fun to watch the women's inaugural season. About 25% of our students are student athletes. We also have a lot of opportunities for music. We have 4 a cappella groups, jazz bands, orchestras. There's so many different ways to get involved. When it comes to merit scholarships and financial aid, we offer merit scholarships ranging from $10,000 to $25,000. You're automatically considered for those when you apply. But we also have some things you can apply for additionally. Our honors program is an additional $2,500. We have a Drew Action Scholars program, which is for students who are interested in global issues and community service. And we have a scholarship in the arts, which I actually need to change because that's actually $1,500 a year, not $1,000. But this is, you don't have to be an art major at Drew. It's just our way of showing appreciation for the arts. So I encourage you when you apply to look into those special scholarships as well. They are stackable on top of your merit scholarships, and they are renewable for all 4 years. Some things coming up that I encourage you to check out is, well, first, Discover Drew Day is a big open house. It's a great way to see campus and just to really see what life is like at Drew. We have our next event on November 13th, and you can register on our website, drew.edu/visit. Come for a tour. We're open every day of the week and occasionally on Saturdays as well. We also just added a ghost tour. It'll be timed for Halloween, and that should be really fun. For the seniors, I encourage you to interview. Our interviews are really friendly experiences. They're not like a job interview, but we highly encourage them because it's a great way for us to get to know you. And we will be doing webcasts throughout the fall and spring as well, so you can check those out. I encourage you all to apply. You can reach out to me. I'm your admissions counselor if you're in Pennsylvania, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Great. Thank you so much, Drew University. That was a great way to close out this portion of the event. I want to now invite all of our panelists on video. Look, they're already joining us here. I did want to quickly let everyone know that American College Dublin wasn't able to join us here. So if you would like to learn more, feel free to visit their website and outreach to them. I'm sure they would love to hear from you. But we're going to go ahead and move on now to our Q&A portion of the event. So taking advantage of all these experts in one place, we're going to kick it off with the first question, which is, what is one piece of advice that you would give to folks going through the college search process? Those are people who are here with us today. We'll go in the same order, kicking it off with Lawrence Tech University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, what I normally tell students when they're looking at this process is just like, feel free to utilize your resources. So we're all here. We seem really nice. I mean, all of us seem like we could chat with you, but use our emails, contact us, even if the silliest questions, like if it's about something you really care about, your major, or something you want to know about if our campus has it. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. We have all heard those 100 times. So don't ever be afraid to just reach out, because we'll be more than happy to help you walk you through instead of you just stumbling through and or not getting the answer that you feel like you need.
I would say, since Spencer kind of stole what I usually go with, talk to us. Make sure to visit as many schools as you can that you're considering. Getting onto campus and really getting a feel for what a campus is like is going to drastically impact your search process. So we know it's been hard to visit some schools and on schools further away especially, but do what you can to make your way to campuses, talk to students, talk to faculty, and the admissions staff, of course.
Yeah, really good advice so far. And I think one of the things that I often think about too is just trying not to compare your search process to anybody else's, friends or peers, because the process is going to be different for everybody. What fits for you does not always fit for everybody else. So while it might be easy sometimes to just feel like I'm just going to do what they do because it looks good and it sounds good, it's not always the best way to do it. So really try to take some ownership over that process and try to figure out what's best for you, whether it's close to home, whether it's far away, whether it's rural, whether it's urban, big, small, right? Explore it, kind of going back to those other pieces, really just delve in and making those contact points and getting some experience. And I did see that there was one question, so I hope I'm not going too far out of turn here, that was asking specifically about Dickinson's pre-application. So I'll make this really brief. And the pre-application for us is a very small, basic first step. And what it allows us to do is gain a little bit of extra information about you, rather than just having like your name, email, and maybe school. And then what it does is helps to focus some of our communication towards you. I'm sure you're all getting thousands of emails from schools right now, and we don't want to continue to add to that, so we try to do it more focused. And somewhat in turn for that, then we also provide a fee waiver for our application once you do open a common application, and all that information you've put into the pre-app will follow through. So that was just really in summation, kind of our pre-application.
Okay, and I agree with what everyone said as far as the great advice. And to kind of build upon that, just on a practical note, stay organized. And when you're comparing all your colleges and universities, make sure you're checking all the deadlines and the visit dates, and also keeping track of your impressions. Keep notes, keep a notebook, or however you want to do it, but stay organized with it. But at the same time, enjoy the process. Obviously, you're not going to end up going to every school, but enjoy all the people you're meeting and what you're seeing, and try try to, stay organized, but still enjoy this whole process as you go through it.
My advice is to definitely connect with the admissions office. Don't be afraid to do that. Please know, I think there's this, kind of concept that we're, marking up your applications with a red pen and looking for reasons not to accept you. And I think all of us in this room can say that it is quite the opposite. We are your advocates through the admissions process. We want to work with you. We want to help you. The best thing is when a student reaches out, and we do so much outreach that it's great when a student reaches out to us. So, email us, call us when you come to campus, let us know we're there. We would really love to connect with you. Any questions you have, we can put you in touch with students, we can put you in touch with faculty members, and definitely come to visit. The best way to get to know a school is just to take it in, walk in the middle of campus and just take it all in.
Fantastic, great advice all around. We are going to now going back to each of your campuses a little bit and learn a little bit more. What is one thing you want students to remember about your school? We'll go ahead and go in the same order.
All right, I'm also going to answer a quick question that was in the chat just briefly because it connects with my thing. Lawrence Tech, we house 100 different majors within 4 different colleges. We're most known for mechanical engineering, architecture, civil engineering, nursing, computer science, IT, kind of all over the board. We have a lot of different programs. But the thing that really I want you to know about is that we're grounded in this idea of theory and practice. Over 100 years ago today, we were founded next to Henry Ford's first Model T plant, and the workers would go to work during the day and they go to school at night. And we grounded that within our university, our learning process to this day. So that theory being that classroom learning at work, and the work being the practice that you're going to be doing. So labs, hands-on experiences, we really ground ourselves in that idea to make sure that you are getting the most experience you can possibly get in your program.
So for the majors question at Arcadia, our most popular majors are business, biology, psychology, and our art and design programs. One thing to remember about Arcadia is we are a very inclusive campus. One of the most important things to us is creating a community for our students to feel comfortable and at home in, and keeping with a small size of giving our students access to faculty and staff throughout their 4 years with us. And we, of course, have a castle, which is hard to beat.
Yeah, I can't say Dickinson has a castle, but we do have some really lovely stone on campus. So I'll tie our majors also to, I think, what's important about Dickinson. And one is that our top majors tend to be international business and management, economics, biology with a pre-health track, as well as political science and history with kind of that pre-law focus as well being another popular one. English is a really big one for us too. Many of our majors have kind of this umbrella effect where it's not a very specific major, but the coursework that underlies that major really allows the students to kind of navigate specifically what they're interested in. So those tend to be some of our more popular ones. And again, kind of the important thing to remember about Dickinson is that the curriculum, regardless of what major you focus on, is going to have a global aspect to it and global perspective tied to it, because we do not operate in a class bubble, and we want students to be aware of the world around them. And to that end, you're also getting to work with professors who are experts in their field. 99% of our full-time professors have the terminal degree in their area of focus. So you're getting experts, you're getting that global perspective, a very hands-on approach to your education, regardless of the major that you're focused on. So.
Okay, and as far as majors, I did type it in there as well, but we have many very popular majors, but our sciences are very much up there, and biology is the most popular major. All of our education programs, elementary, middle grade, secondary, also very strong, very popular. The business programs, criminology, psychology, those would be a few of our top majors. As far as what to remember, there's so much I could say, but there really is a fantastic sense of community here at St. Vincent. And I think if you visit, that will hopefully become very apparent to you. But it's a very close-knit community here, and our students receive so much support, whether it's academic support through tutoring, through their faculty advisors, personal support through our wonderful personal counselors, through the Wellness Center, and the list could go on. But I would say the support and community here would be one thing to remember.
So our most popular majors at Drew are business, communications and media, international relations and political science, and our STEM majors as well. And when it comes to what I would like you to remember about Drew, is I just think that when you have a small school, recognize that small schools offer big opportunities. So there are every one of our students is guaranteed to have an immersive experience, 2 immersive experiences. So our students have internships, our students have access to New York City. They 70% study abroad. There is so much support for our students, our pre-medical students. Last year, 10 students applied to medical school, 9 were admitted and 8 were admitted to their first choice. This is because of the hands-on involvement of our faculty and how closely they work with students. You're not trying to figure this all out on your own. You will really have a support system there. Sometimes big opportunities happen at small schools, so definitely keep that in mind.
Fantastic. Well, I feel like I know a little bit more now about all of your campuses. So we're going to go into our last question, which is going to be helpful no matter where everyone attending today ends up. And that question is, what is one myth that you would like to debunk about the college search process? Kicking it off again, Lawrence Technological University, take us away.
I just want to quickly say thank you so much for listening to us all talk today. I appreciate being invited to this. But I think my biggest myth that I see a lot of students bring up to me now is they always say, like, I don't know what I want to do, and I'm nervous. I don't know if my major is correct. It's okay if you don't know what program you want to go into. You can figure that out while you're at school. I think the statistic is still that the average college student changes their major 4 times. Like, it's fine as long as you have a general idea that the program that or programs that you feel like best fit you are at that school. You're going to come out okay. Don't feel like you have to make that decision right now, right out of high school. Figure that out while you're on campus. That's why you take advantage of the resources that are at your schools. Talk to your professors. And even you can do some research beforehand to figure out and narrow it down a little bit. But don't feel like what you pick now has to be what you finish with. That idea, I think, is ingrained in students right now. And it's wrong. Just you can use college to explore and understand what really fits you and where your career is going to go.
So one myth that's definitely out there is, schools are just looking for students to apply so they can ultimately reject them. I think a couple of people hit it as they talked about, what to do in the search process of reaching out to admissions offices. Most schools are not looking for you to apply to reject you. There are the highly rejected schools in places like Princeton and Penn and Harvard that only admit 3% of students. Most schools are admitting many more students than they're denying. So, don't be afraid to reach out to schools and talk to them and take your chances. It's good to have a variety of colleges on your list, but definitely, most of us are looking for reasons to admit you, not reasons to deny you.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And I think one that ties well to what I was thinking, which is don't think that there's like a special method or cookie cutter way to be admitted somewhere. Each institution, even just us 5 here, we're all looking for different things. And that happens in any given year. Things change. Schools have different priorities that they're trying to meet in terms of the type of students they're bringing in, type of programs they're trying to meet needs for. And so there is no one catch-all method to getting yourself admitted. But I think on the flip side of that, don't restrict yourself from applying somewhere because you feel like you can't be admitted. Because to the other points about being in touch with your regional counselors and having contact and finding things out about that school, that can help in a lot of ways. But just don't get set in thinking that there's a way to get admitted, or I can't apply because I definitely won't be admitted, because you just don't know what they're looking for in that particular given moment.
I agree so much with what everyone said. And I don't know about you, Megan, but we going last, it's tough because everyone takes the good answers. But just to add to that, also in terms of cost, a lot of times students think that maybe a school is out of reach when they're looking at that sticker price, if you will, but there is a lot of great aid. Every school's different and every student is different. You saw just, a lot of us touched on some of the scholarships and grants that we offer, but, you want to make sure you go through the whole admission and financial aid process at each school and then see what your individual bottom line is. And oftentimes it can come within reach, sometimes when you think maybe that it would not have. So just keep that in mind and make sure you keep your options open.
I just want to tell everyone not to listen to a lot of the stress surrounding you about this, because I think there's a lot of people that are going to stress you out during this process, and it doesn't need to be that way. I wanted something that a lot of people have mentioned to me that they're worried about, so I just wanted to address it. Is your application likely looks a little different than you thought it would when you started high school. You have not had an easy go, and everyone in this room understands that. We know that your activity section of your application probably looks a little different. There's probably a full year that a club didn't meet. You had seasons canceled in your sports. So I just want to assure you that we are reading your application in the context we're getting it. We understand that service trips were canceled, and we understand that internships didn't happen. Please don't worry. We understand. So if your application looks a little different than you planned, you're in good company. Everyone's do. Everyone's application looks a little different, and we understand why. So just don't worry too much. Don't listen to the outside noise that's scaring you about the process, and embrace it and try to have a little fun with it.
Fantastic. That's really important advice to finish up on, but really great advice from all of our experts here. Thank you so much for being here. And I also want to thank all of our attendees for being here. I really hope that you got as much out of this session that I did, and that you took some notes, and then you're going to go and reach out to some of these folks afterwards. I want to just wrap us up here by saying that this is one of a much larger event. So hopefully you have a chance to go back to that schedule and find a few other sessions to jump in yet this evening or even next week. All of these sessions are being recorded though, so you can catch them at any time at strivescan/Pennsylvania. I'm going to put that chat link in the chat one more time. And then last but not least, when you close your browser today, you're going to get a very quick 5-question survey. Any information that you can provide will help us make these events better for you all in the future. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.